Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. We are here for my draft analysis for Season 3 of the ICP. We got invited back, we were a replacement coach in Season 2, and this season we were able to draft a team this time, which is pretty cool. Um, so yeah, this is my draft analysis. I'm going to try hopefully not ramble on too long, so let's get right into it. We were picked 10 in the draft. Um, Not ideal out of 14 coaches. Not the best spot, but not terrible. Um, there were a couple of things I was eyeing off. There were some really good Terra captains, and then just like your standard stuff like obviously Dragapult, Iron Valiant, Sneasel, and all that going into it. So yeah, going into the draft, I really wanted Meowscarada, but that Meowscarada has just become so popular now at 10th pick. I wasn't going to get it, but we found something that I thought was really undervalued. Um, and we got Landers. We got Big Guard Landers. We got this guy for 16 points. So the top of the draft board was like 19 points. Stuff like your Dragapult, your Great Tasks, things like that. There were some Terra captains that were priced around that range too. The Terra was like 15 and below, I believe. But it was Terra Tax. But we got Landers for 16 points. Now this thing is allowed to run Sheer Force, which is just stupid strong. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I've never used this guy. He's not typically allowed with sheer force in the VDL, which is where I commonly play. Um, but I've seen this guy just go crazy. So I thought for 16 points this was an absolute steal. Um, but yeah, so Landers, really strong. Yeah, sheer force attacker, life orb. Can do a bit with this guy. Um, I don't really know what to say about him. He's a mixed attacker, which is nice. I like getting a mixed attacker off the bat, like we used Iron Valiant last season in VDO, and just having that yeah strong offensive option that can go either way is just awesome. Um, but yeah, that's Landorus. So got him round one, and then so round two, I really just kind of wanted some speed. Speed is king in draft. I always like to get a fast guy round one. I actually think Landorus is the slowest mon I've ever drafted round one. Um, that I think that's a factual statement. But yeah, I love speed. So I was looking at some speedy guys, and like everything was going. Like obviously Pot was gone, Meow was gone, Darkrai went. Just like all your nice fast mons were gone. Tornadus went round one. Um, who else went? That's quick. Iron Boulder went pretty early. Just yeah, a lot of fast guys went that I wanted. So I was just looking at what's on the board. I wanted something at least 120. I was going to get Greninja round one. I was between Landorus and Greninja round one, but I felt like Greninja hits like a wet sponge, and I wanted something a bit stronger, so we went with Landorus. But so for round two, this pick may have been a bit early, but as I said, I really just valued speed. We got Weavile. We are welcoming back Weavile. I have used Weavile once before. We got this guy for 14 points, which again I think is just a little bit undervalued. I think Weavile's awesome. Like it's Chemp out home. Um, but yeah, 125 base speed on this guy was really what I was looking for, and it kind of fits quite well with my Landorus here. It is an ice resist. Like I know it's not a bulky mon, but if you're threatening me with ice beams, like most of the time and Ice Beam's not actually coming from an Ice type. There's not many good Ice types, so a lot of things that might want to be firing off an Ice Beam, like a lot of Psychic types get Ice coverage. I can come in, take that Ice Beam, threaten with knockoff, triple axe, or whatever it is, possibly. So it is an Ice resist, and then the other way around, my Landorus is a pretty decent fighting resist for Weavile. So I feel like they kind of fit hand in hand. Um, Additionally, it's probably the best Ice Shard user available, which I took that real quick, so nobody can have that against my. I mean, like obviously Weavile outspeeds Landers anyway, but again, like the priority Ice Shard is Landers. Um, he doesn't like he doesn't like those. I haven't scripted this obviously, and I don't have any notes. I'm just going to talk. About. Anyway, I wanted speed. I wanted a physical attacker because Landorus is mostly a special attacker because of the Earth Power Sheer Force boost. Um, and yeah, I felt like its typing kind of just fit hand in hand with Landorus. So even though round two Weaver may have been a bit early, I just thought it kind of fit perfectly. Um, but let's move on. I wanted to get some utility. Right now, I was very offensive, and I wanted a spinner. I normally always miss out on getting a spinner because I don't value, like, not because I don't value rapid spin, but a lot of spinners in this game are just shit. Um, so I wanted a spinner because I was pretty rock weak with Weavile. Um, and so we grabbed Big Tentacruel. And again, Tentacruel's typing here was just awesome. And this guy was 9 points. Tentacruel's amazing for 9 points. Like I feel like I'm getting all the value picks here. Okay, I got the Tentacruel. Yeah, another Ice resist for Landorus, and another Fighting resist for Weavile. So really, really nice. It's also a Fire resist for Weavile, and then Weavile's a Psychic Immunity for this guy, and Landorus is a Ground Immunity for this guy. So right now, I just feel like these three synergize so well together. I've got the offense, I've got spin support, I've got toxic spikes, I've got a bulky pivot mon. Tentacle's not the best pivot mon because he's actually pretty fast, but still, I feel like these three just work so well together. Like type wise, I'm pretty much covering everything I need. I've got great offense, got good special defense. Obviously, Tentacle can't take physical hits too well, but that's okay. Yeah, Tentacle for 9 points, I just thought was an absolute steal. So yeah, got my spinner, got my grounded poison, and my bulky water early. So very happy so far. Um, so going into round four, I wanted my Terra Captain. It's open Terra format, and I really just value Terra Captains, especially if it's open Terra, because it's literally just a Pokemon you can match up fix to any matchup. But a lot of the Terras I was looking at were already gone. Iron Crown went round one. That was one that I really wanted. What else went? Oh, like, obviously, Hydro Apple went. I never really expected that to make it. Um, but like a lot were going. I was considering Terra Superior went. What else was there that went early? Um, Terra Ceruledge, Terra Garg went early. A lot of good Terra Cats were going. And I wanted to use something that I'd never used before, also something a little bit different. And funnily enough, that this was one that I originally said when the draft board first dropped. You know what? I could really see myself enjoying that. Um, Probably the mon I'm actually most excited to use on this draft. We got Terra Reuniclus. This thing's honestly so versatile. It's got two of the best abilities in the game with Regenerator and Magic Guard. So I can run, Trick Room, Life Orb, Magic Guard. Offensive Reuniclus. I can run a regen, bulky sponge. Like if I want to be like an AV regen, whatever. I can do so much with this guy, especially with Open Terra. Just the options like are limitless. Um, this thing hits like a truck. It's got like I think 125 base special attack. It's really strong. Psychic spam is really strong, and being able to Terra into a better defensive typing such as Fairy or Water or whatever I need, it's just awesome. Yeah, so we got Sacred ISA, the Reuniclus. I'm really excited to use this guy. Not much else to say about Reuniclus. The coverage is awesome. I'm not going to get the list up because it doesn't really matter. But he gets like pretty much just about every single special move you can think of, besides I think like Flamethrower. But like Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, Psychic. Fuck it, I'm gonna get the list up. I said I'm not, but I want to talk about this guy because I'm really excited to use him. So yeah, I'm just going off the top of my head right now. Let's pull up Pokemon Showdown real quick. Pull up Big Reuniclus. What should not get anything that I thought it did. What have we got? Thunderbolt. We don't have Thunderbolt. We've got Thunder though. We've got Thunder, Energy Ball, Focus Blast. Obviously Psychic coverage, Shadow Ball. Yeah, we got it's like pretty good coverage. And then whatever coverage that I don't have, I can get with Terra. We've got dual screens with this guy. Um, Slow Encore, I guess. We got a lot. We got Carmine plus Acid Armor if we want to be a double dance, sort of a bulky thing. Magic Guard, Acid Armor, Calm Mind could just win games at some point. But yeah, that's Reuniclus. Really excited to use this guy. Okay, so going into round five. I don't particularly know why I wanted this guy. I'm trying to think if there was a particular reason why. Um, I just liked him. So let's just go into it. For what are we on round five here? We picked up Annihilate. I've only ever used Annihilate once, and it was on a monotype draft league. I had the fighting type, and I don't recall him doing too much for me. Um, but I really, really like Annihilate on this team. Um, Gives me a ghost fighting is really nice. Gives me another stealth rocker, another pivot mon. U-turn on this guy. Yeah, can do quite a few things. Annihilate base 90 speeds, really nice. Um, it's a fighting immunity for Weavile, which is really nice. The fighting type. Um, I can't remember why I grabbed this guy. Trying to think of why. I just think I did because fucking why not? You know, fighting Ghost is really good. He's really good. Um, I also had the points. Like I haven't spent that many. Budget was 115. I haven't put that anywhere. Budget was 115. But if you look at my guys here, I've got like Reuniclus for 14, Tentacle for 9, We've 14, like 16 for Landers. I've only spent like my highest is 16. Um, so I had the points. We picked up Annihilate. Really, really excited to use this guy. Um, but yeah, that's really all I'm going to say for Annihilate. Um, Next up, okay, obviously needed my Steel type. Every team needs a Steel type. Um, and I also needed a Fairy. Even though Reuniclus will probably pretty commonly be Terra Fairy, maybe not. Um, we picked up Tinkaton. We got those two in one. It's perfect. Tinkaton again, 8 points for Tinkaton is crazy. Like this mon is so good. It's stupidly fast for what it is. It's fast encore. It gives me another stealth rocker, so that's my third stealth rocker. Just yeah, great defensive typing. Gigaton Hammer hits like a truck. And it's yeah, really really supports my team. Utility wise. I have used Tinkerton before, and I had great success with it until in a semi-finals match, we lost because Tinkerton pickpocketed a choice band, and I ended up losing because I couldn't click Gigaton Hammer. Um, but that's another story. I will not be using pickpocket on this guy. So I don't care if that makes my opponent's preps easier. I hate that ability. I spite that ability. But yeah, we got big Tinkerton here. Rebecca the Tinkerton, 8 points was absolute steal for this guy. But yeah, pretty much just picked up this one for the defensive typing. Everyone knows what Tinkerton does. It spreads Thunderwave, sets rocks, hits hard with Gigaton, just fast encore. It's just a really, really good support mon. And yeah, 8 points, it's ridiculous. On to my next pick. I really wanted something that was between Weavile and Landorus in speed. So something around 110 was what I was looking for. So for 14 points, we picked up Zetsu the Ogerpon. This guy's awesome for my team. It was a ground resist because I kind of really needed one with my main defensive guys in Tentacle and Tinkerton being weak to ground. I only had Landorus as the ground immunity, which is a really good ground check because it's obviously an Edgequake check, and we are much stronger than any other ground type besides like obviously the Great Tusk and that are going to have Ice Spinner. But yeah, so we picked up Ogerpon. It gives me spikes. Really nice. Hazard's looking really good. Like we've got Toxic Spikes, 3 Stealth Rockers, and now we've got Spikes, and we've got one of the best spin blockers in the game with Annihilate. We block Rapid Spin with Annihilate. Sorry, with our Ghost typing. And then we block Defog with our Defiant ability. So it's probably like second to Goldengo in that role. So it's like second best removal blocker in the game. And we've got really, really good hazards. So yeah, this guy gives me that 110 base speed, which I really wanted. Strong grass type, decent bulk, decent utility. You got spikes, U-turns, synthesis, spiky shield, stuff like that. And you can run an item on this guy, unlike the other Ogerpons. So this is actually my first time using an Ogerpon. And I think this one's pretty good. I think people underrate the base Ogerpon. So I think it's going to be pretty good. Okay, so going forward, I wanted my second Terra Captain. And the thing is, Reuniclus is so good as a Terra Captain, I wanted something that kind of just had a completely different role. So we are welcoming back Kafka the Iron Thorns. Terra Iron Thorns, I've used this guy before, and we had great success with this guy. But as mentioned, I wanted a Terra Captain that did like an entirely different thing to Reuniclus, but is also pretty versatile as well. So Terra Iron Thorns, we've got that DD physical Dragon Dance Sweeper. So yeah, that gives me that sort of setup option that my team was kind of lacking. Like I didn't have too much setup besides those like nasty plot, calm mind bulk up, that sort of stuff. But giving me that dragon dance option is really nice. I always like to have a dance up, whether it's dragon dance or quiver dance, just anything that raises your offensive stat and speed in one turn. Is just really, really useful. It can just turn the tide of any game. Um, so yeah, like Iron Thorns is such a good Pokemon. Just it's held back by its awful rock electric typing. So getting this guy for Terra for 10 points, I just thought was awesome. Um, but then alternatively, if you look at my team, I actually needed a lot more physical defense. Like I've got Tinkerton and Tentacle, they're all specially defensive. Um, Runicliffe is probably more. I actually don't know its defensive stats. I think they're pretty even, but it's more used as like an AV SpDef tank than a physical tank. So if I really find myself needing a physical wall in any matchup, I can run Terra physically defensive Iron Thorns with like spikes, Stealth Rocks, Volt Switch. So it's more hazards for me, more momentum, Volt Switch, and just yeah whatever defensive type I need because this guy's got like 110 base defense. So I really really liked that pick there. Um, but yeah, going forward that sort of defensive issue, I did notice that yeah like my physical defense was lacking. So I wanted to get something physically defensive, and I really wanted a dragon type. You could get up to 11 mons in this draft, and at this point I did have 14 points left, so I could have gotten like two or three mons if I really wanted, but there was something that was sitting at 14 points that kind of just fit perfectly with what I needed. Um, I wanted a dragon. Like dragons are just so good. I was looking at Guja. Guja was like 9 points. I could have done Guja and a couple other things, but yeah, as mentioned, I just wanted something more physically defensive. So we got big Archaladon. Um, this thing's awesome, man. Like 14 points. This thing stamina is a great just physical wall. If I don't want to use my Terra Thorns, I need a physically defensive mon. I've got one of the best ones now because every time you're hitting me, I'm getting a defense boost. So yeah, just a really really nice pick. It is a secondary steel type for my team, which does make me a bit ground weak, but I honestly think that's fine. Like Tentacle also offensively threatens grounds. If you Earthquake, you're potentially allowing my strongest threat in Landorus in. I've got Weavile that offensively threatens Ogerpon, so I didn't think getting the second steel type was bad for me. It actually, it gives me a lot more resist than it does weaknesses. Um, so I thought it was awesome. Um, but yeah, that's my team. If you look at this team, it's 9 mons, but like it's 9 mons that are all really good. Like I think this is the first time I've drafted like this balanced. Um, like normally I go very top heavy and just have like two shitters, 2 1 point shitters, whatever, 2 low point shitters in the end. Um, that always end up coming to a game. I've never not brought a mon to a draft game, but this is 9 genuine good mons. Like this team looks really really nice. Um, so yeah, that's the squad for ICP season three. My all my guys together here. Um, yeah, really looking forward to the season. Huge thank you to the Pokey Professor for inviting me. Um, and yeah, I will link to all the coaches in the description. Good luck to everyone this season, and I hope it's a good one. Cheers. See ya.